Well, hello, Aldersgate. I hope you are doing well. I'm sure we'd all agree that these have definitely been some unprecedented times. And if you're anything like me, it's hard to keep up what we're allowed to do, what we're not allowed to do. And there's changes and restrictions and stay-at-home orders and mask orders. And what does it all mean for us as we're going about our everyday lives? And especially, what does it mean for us as a church? I'm sure that most of you, if not all of you by now, know that we, living in Jackson County, as of today, Wednesday, July 1st, are under a mask order. If you are in a space around other people that is not from your family, it is now mandated that we have to wear a mask. And that has implications for us here as a church and how we go about our worship. Because part of the mask order says whether you are sitting in the pews or if you are leading worship, one of these is required. And in response to this order, we're actually making some changes to how we are doing church here at Aldersgate, certainly for this weekend and going forward. And I wanted to take a moment in this video just to kind of walk through those changes of how we're approaching this as a staff and a leadership team. Just to help make it a little clearer, maybe. Sometimes you can read it in print, but to hear it talked about, maybe it helps to be a little clearer in that sense. So here's what I want to tell you, and I want to begin with our early service, our 8:30 traditional service. The first thing I want to tell you is that we will continue to offer that in person. You are still invited to come to sit in the pews for that service. Per the order, masks are no longer just encouraged, but they are mandatory. So if you plan to come to our 8:30 traditional service, you must wear a mask the whole time you're in the building. So that can't be taken off. Again, it is a mandate from our health department, and we will be enforcing that here as a church. So I do want to make sure that you are aware of that. You can come, you must wear a mask. However, here's where things are going to be different. Because of the logistics and trying to preach or sing with masks on, even as leaders doesn't work, we are going to pre-record the service for Sunday morning. So the traditional service will be pre-recorded. Heidi is going to be providing some special music. I'll be having the sermon, but all of that will be on video. So the way that Sunday morning will look is at 8:30, I plan to welcome, do a greeting, and then we will put the service up on the screens. Now, some of you may say, well, why don't I just watch that at home? And you are certainly invited to do that if that's what you'd like to. We also know that some of our members can't access the services online, and that would give them an opportunity to still participate, to hear the message and music. And we also know that for some folks, just being in the building, right, that just matters. There's something about sitting there in the sanctuary in that time. So I want to make sure that you understand that's how we plan to go forward. So just to recap, 8:30 traditional service in person is available. Masks are mandatory, but the majority of the service will all be on the screen. It'll be a recorded service. So now let's talk about the second service. The second service will be online only. This weekend, which is a holiday weekend, we plan to share that. We're going to have a reduced band. We're going to have our leader, Jeremy Watson, and his wife, Amanda, who's one of our lead singers in the band. They're going to provide some music, and I'll have the message. And that service will be online only. And that's the way we're planning, at least for the immediate future. We'll keep monitoring regulations. But for right now, second service at 10:30 will be online only. Make sense? I know this is not ideal. Everything seems to be changing day in and day out, and we're all just trying to feel a way through it. But after discussing it as a staff and a leadership, we felt really good about this compromise. So I'm going to walk through this one more time and let you know that we're going to share this on our social media. We'll be sending emails out. We've been making a few phone calls to folks. So I just want to make sure that we are clear on how this will proceed. So beginning this Sunday, July 5th, 8:30 traditional service, in-person worship is allowed, but all of the service will be on the screen. You can still watch it at home. We will still be sharing that online, so you can still watch it. Many of you I know are doing that right now. You will still be able to watch it online. But you can come in person, sit in the pews, Again, I'll be here, greet you, welcome you. We must wear a mask, but the entirety, the music and the message, the entirety of the service will be on the screens. Our 10:30 contemporary service will be online only. So again, you'll be able to tune in at 10:30 to watch that service. And that is our plan as we go forth. Obviously, things change, and they can change very rapidly, but it's my anticipation that at least for the next 2 to 4 weeks, at a minimum, this will be the plan going forward, and we'll be sure to let you know if there are any changes that come up. Again, I know this is not ideal for you, for me, but we know that God is still God. We will still worship, and we will still know and grow and be disciples of Jesus Christ and fulfill the mission. You know, as United Methodists, our mission is to make disciples of Jesus Christ for the transformation of the world. And we will continue to do that. And we'll offer a number of other things. Stay tuned for announcements and about classes. But I just want to make sure that you are clear on our worship as we move forward beginning this weekend, July 5th. 8:30 in person on the screens and live streamed. 10:30 online only. God bless. Take care. See you later.